Greetings everybody, this is Winnie Wriggle and welcome back to Winnie Plays Minecraft. We are in version 1.17.1 of Minecraft right now. That's right, I've updated the world. And today, I have a little story to tell you about how a windmill leads to magma creams. Can't even make that up. So, I want to build a windmill on top of that hill, as a matter of fact, to hide our villager breeder. I decided I needed to build that windmill out of terracotta because I'm like that. Do I have any terracotta? No, I don't. So of course that means a journey to the Badlands. Pig, you're killing me. By the way, this is the beginnings of our new Nether portal hub. Fancy, right? The old Nether portal area was up here at the top of the stairs, with our strange path out to our jungle base path, and then the roundabout crazy way to the Nether fortress. We're cleaning that up. We now have a straight path to the Nether fortress, as well as a basalt delta, which we're actually going to visit today. But I digress. I was talking about the Badlands, which, using Minecraft mapping software, I know is 8,000 blocks away in the overworld. So of course, the easiest way to get there is to go through the Nether. Lava fields, forests, basalt deltas. We'll just plow straight on through. Except that I wanted to use blackstone, which you can get from a basalt delta, but it's very difficult and terrifying to mine. The other place, pigs, I'm trying to tell a story. Oh my, I'm relocating. That's better. The other place we can get blackstone is by bartering with piglins. Yeah, which means we would need to have a piglin bartering farm. And in order to have a piglin bartering farm, we would need to have a gold farm. And in order to have a gold farm, I need a lot of magma blocks. Thousands. But guess what? You can craft magma blocks with magma cream. That's right. Do I have any magma cream? No, I don't. So in a happy ending to our never-ending spiral of Minecraft crafting depth, we are gonna go up on the roof of the Nether and build ourselves a magma cream farm. A simple one, not complicated. Trust me. So I have everything we need to get on the roof of the Nether, that is ladders and ender pearls. We are also going to blow a hole in the bedrock of the roof of the Nether too, so we can get back and forth. But yes, this is what started it all. This is all the blackstone I had. It made one bridge to our Nether fortress. And I want more. Oh, it's a little dangerous. Coming through. I don't have any gold on, clearly. Ha-ha! So the good news is, in order to make a Magma Cube farm, we need a basalt delta. And there is one very close to this Nether fortress. And as a feature, it's literally straight through the other side of the Nether fortress. Right over here. Ta-da! Basalt delta. So we are going to go up there to the roof of the Nether and break through to the other side. And here we have found bedrock, which means we're near the roof of the Nether. I'm just going to clear out a fairly large area, and then we're going to start digging up. And what we're doing is trying to find a piece of bedrock that is a Y level of 127. And we have found it. Indeed, we have found two, which is wonderful. We can tell that it's 127 by using F3 by looking at the right-hand side of your screen in the very middle where it says targeted block and it's underlined. The middle number is 127. So we know we have found the piece of bedrock that we will eventually break. I'm going to write down the coordinates for that piece of bedrock, because once we hop up here, it may be difficult to find it again. So -552, 127, -53. And now it's as simple as putting in some ladders all the way to the top. And then we take an ender pearl in our hand, and while holding down spacebar, we aim right here. And hopefully we should pop up out in the Nether. Jumping Jumping. Oh, we're here. We're out. Yeah, on the roof. Woohoo! Now, before we do anything else, we want to mark those blocks. Okay, I have brought goodies with us in order to break those blocks. Now, the items we will need are in my hotbar. So we want to break this block with a torch on it. We're going to set obsidian down next to it. On top of that, we're going to put any solid block. We're going to put TNT to the left, TNT to the right, and then we're going to put a piston facing up right underneath the TNT on the right. On the back side of our solid block, we're going to put a lever, and then we're going to put a trapdoor here. I put 2 trapdoors because I'm a derp and I can't stay under this one without popping up when I need to move. And then we're going to make sure that we have the pistons selected in our hotbar. Now, if you have an auto clicker, you can use an auto clicker, but I'm going to do it the super old-fashioned way. I'm going to use the trapdoor to get myself in the swim position. Here's me crouched under a trapdoor. And what we're going to do is we're going to flick this lever and then move over here, and pointing at the upper left corner of this piece of obsidian, hold down right click very quickly. So if I had an auto clicker, that's what I would do, but I'm going to rebind my right mouse click to a different key, and that way it becomes kind of a poor man's auto clicker. We do that by going into options, controls, and if we go under gameplay to the use item key binding, you can select it and rebind it to any other key you'd like. I'm going to rebind it to R. And now, in order to actually click the lever here, I'm going to have to press my R key. Once I do that, I'm going to slide over here and hold down the R key while I'm pointed right here at this block of obsidian. Are we ready to do this? We're going to blow a hole in the roof of the Nether. Okay. Here we go. R. Hold down R. Hold down R. Hold down R. Oh! Okay. That should have worked. And if we remove the piston, yay! Look, we have a hole in the bedrock. Yay! Good job, Winnie. And I can't get out. There we go. Okay, and up here is where we're gonna build our Magma Cube Farm. The good news is we're right here on the edge of the basalt delta. You can tell because look how the atmosphere changes. And if we go into F3 again, over on the left-hand side, about 2/3 of the way down, you can see biome, and it's Minecraft basalt deltas. I am going to mark this so that I can easily find it. And we're just going to head due east, probably about 100 blocks at least. We're at about 650. So that puts us at about 100 blocks from our entrance to the Nether. And I'm going to turn on the chunk borders so that I can center this mob farm kind of inside the middle of the chunk. So every chunk is a 16 by 16. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which means these 2 blocks are in the absolute center of the mob farm. I'm going to go up a few blocks. 5 is probably good, maybe the 6th, so we have plenty of room to work under here. So the design we're going to use today is courtesy of Physics Gaming. It is a magma farm that she built in our shared SMP world, and I like it because it makes unique use of cactus and berries as the killing mechanism. We're going to use iron golems in the middle. And then I'm going to keep some bone meal on me to help with the cactus and berry growth. We'll be using a simple hopper minecart pickup mechanism to gather them. But for right now, let's just worry about the structure of the farm itself. I'm going to start with a little 2x2 area of smooth stone in the middle of the chunk. And then we're going to go out 3 blocks on each side. And then fill all of that in with grass or dirt. I'm just using grass because I happen to have grass blocks. I'm going to go up 2 blocks with some iron bars, remove the bottom one, and then just make a kind of a half circle of iron bars around these 2 blocks. This is just to keep our iron golems in place. And right now, I'm going to make one right here. Hey, buddy. Welcome to your new home. Then I'm going to come up a couple of blocks. Replace that glowstone in the corners. To help light it up. And then make basically an iron bar grid, and this is where the next iron golem is going to go. Ta-da! And we'll do the same thing again, bring up a couple of bars, make a little gate to hold him. And then we'll go up another couple of bars. And place our glowstone again for the next layer. I'm going to do this about 5 times, make about 5 layers of golems, and then we'll make the spawning platforms around the edge. Okay, now that we have 5 golems, let's make our spawning platforms. They're very easy. They're just going to be smooth stone out, 3 bricks, and then it's going to be a layer. The smooth stone slabs are on the outside edge, and I'll show you why we need these in just a second. I'm actually going to turn on the chunk border because it'll help me line up the slabs. Now we're going to fill in the middle with our smooth stone. These will be our spawning platforms. All right, there is our first spawning platform. It's on the same level as our golem. And around the outside edge, we have a row of smooth stone slabs on the top slab of the block underneath. And that row of smooth stone is right on the edge of the chunk that we're building the farm in. I'm going to turn the chunk boundaries off again. Now, this boundary, we're going to put alternating grass and sand because we're going to have alternating cactus and berry bushes in order to keep mobs from falling out the edges. So it's both a practical and pretty way to create mob-proof walls for your mob farm. And I'm going to go ahead and plant the cactus because it takes a while to grow. And I don't have much. One of the only negatives about this farm is that as we build the walls up, because we're using sand, and we'll continue this pattern of cactus, sand, and berries as we go up, you'll notice that the columns that the cactus are on become vulnerable if you break the block underneath. So we'll have to keep that in mind. Now, I did not bring enough berries for this, but I certainly brought enough bone meal to give us enough berries. Because we are also going to use berries as the primary killing mechanism around our golems. I will say one of the few drawbacks to this farm design is that now we have to sit back and wait for the cactus to grow in order to make our next level. I'll be back. I did have to put down torches around the edge so that the berries would grow. There was not enough light for them, just as an FYI. Now we'll go ahead and work on our next level. This next level is a little bit more precarious. We're going to put sand on top of those cactus and then alternate with dirt all the way around. Now that we have the new perimeter, all we need to do is fill in the spawning platform, leaving the inside 8x8 area free of blocks so that the cubes can fall down as they try to go after the golems. Then around the edge, we're going to do the same thing. Plant our cacti. And the berries. While we wait for this layer to grow, let's go build the collection mechanism. The collection mechanism is fairly straightforward. We're just going to build a hopper minecart rail directly underneath, which means we need a platform for that rail to run along. And we're going to just do it as big as the dirt platform above. Also going to use our trusty trapdoor trick to get in here. I'll show you what I mean. Using the trapdoor to get into a swimming position. This is going to be where our rail comes out at. You know what? Let's do it over here so that we don't mess up our how to get in and out. And we're actually going to want to go down from here. There we go. I'll have a powered rail at one end so that it hits it and returns, and then we'll run powered rails right down the middle. Should be good and sufficient to keep the carts running. We'll have to do a simple test first. As soon as we power up the rails, so they are on this block. We're just gonna do this the easy way with a bunch of levers. And then we're going to power this one. And this one. Even though I haven't put a powered rail there yet. Everything's powered. Let's take a hopper minecart, set it on the rail, and give it a shove. Oh yeah, that's plenty. That's good, because we need all these other rails. Okay, let's stop our cart for the moment. And let's create our actual collection system. So we have two hoppers facing outward. I'm going to replace that block over there with a chest in just a moment. Okay, we have powered rail coming out of the collection area, up a small rise to a hopper. And what we want to do is set up an unloading station. So to do that, we need a comparator coming out of this hopper. And then a block on the back side of that comparator. On the back side of that block, we need a redstone torch. So it's on when the comparator is not on. On top of that torch, we need another block. And coming out of this other block, pointed back into the minecart area, we need a repeater. Let's set that to 1 tick. And then we'll put another block adjacent to the rail. So the signal that comes through that repeater will activate this rail. So when there are items in the hopper underneath this rail, this circuit will turn that signal off and it'll stop the minecart until it's unloaded. Once the hopper is empty, the minecart will take off again to pick up the rest of the items. In theory. So let's test it out. First, we need to make sure we've powered this set of rails down here. This one's powered because of the circuit we have set up. And let's go ahead and replace this placeholder block with a chest. There we go. Now, when items go in there, we should be able to retrieve them. Let's give this a test. I'm through 16 stone brick down in the collection area. Let's set our hopper minecart to going. It should pick those up. And pause. And unload. Yeah! And when it's finished unloading, it should go right back up and pick up everything else. Nice! Yay! Winnie and Redstone don't always get along, so I'm very glad this worked. Now the only thing left to do is to go up high enough and test the spawn area. Okay, let's go up here. Eventually I'll build an AFK zone right over the middle of the farm. Right now I just want to get far enough away to make sure that we are getting spawns. Bueller. Oh, there we go. We have spawns! Yay! Their drops are going to be much less prevalent than if we were killing them as a player, but we should still get... Yeah, 2 magma creams! Nice! Yay, working Magma Cube Farm! Woohoo! This, of course, leads to magma creams, which is going to allow us to craft magma blocks. We're going to need magma blocks to make a gold farm, and a gold farm in order to have a piglin bartering farm. The piglin bartering farm will give us many, many amazing things, but that's going to have to be in another episode. Thank you very much for watching today. If you enjoyed the episode, please leave a like. It helps me out and I appreciate it. If you'd like to keep up with what's going on in the channel, don't hesitate to subscribe. And remember, as always, you are the shiny stuff that awesome is made of. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.